Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. I would like to welcome you all into tutorial number 2 using OneNote, organized by College of Engineering. I would like to thank Mohammed Al-Felichawi. He's organizing the question and answer. Mohammed, can you make sure that the audience can hear clear and see the screen through the chatting, and maybe explain how you're gonna organize the Q&A?
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah. Please, for all attendees, if you have any question, post them on the live event Q&A, especially right now. If you cannot hear or you see anything, please let me know, and we'll try to see what the problem is. But you should be able to see and hear us right now. If there is any concerns about the view, if you cannot see things very clearly or something, please let us know as well. As far as the questions, I will try to publish them as soon as I get them, and I will let Dr. Abdullah concentrate on the presentation, and I will try to publish it to him and maybe point out the question as they come along. Now, depending on how many people we have, so be patient with me when I look at the question and publish them as necessary. Thank you very much, Dr. Abdullah. You have the mic.
Thank you. Now, I would like this workshop to be interactive, so you have the option to either enjoy looking at what we're going to do, or bring your tablet and have your OneNote ready with a pen. Even if you don't have a pen, I'm going to do everything with a mouse today, and maybe use my finger as a pointing device, just to cover up all the possible scenarios. So, and I have created a team. I called it workshop, OneNote workshop. This will be an introduction to OneNote. Later on, if we might have an advanced session, but in this session we will have a navigation tool, explain the navigation tool, and then difference between the team version and the OneNote application. The team version is pretty much similar to the web, so I'm going to explain the web. It's just a bigger one. And then I'm going to show you how to add sections and how to use OneNote in teaching, and some cases and case studies in OneNote. I can tailor this workshop based on the needs of my audience, and hence I have created this team. Dr. Mohammed, can you please kindly post the code for this team? This is OneNote workshop team, and once you get the code, you just open up Teams. Even if you have already following this workshop, you can open another browser for Teams, and then click Teams. Click on the upper right button, joining, and then just put the code in this space here, and then you will join us as a workshop practice. Otherwise, you can enjoy whatever instructions I'm going to give, and you can implement everything later on. So I have posted here a question so that I can better tailor the workshop to the audience. So if you can, once after you log into the team, OneNote team, just answer this question. I will use OneNote for select whatever applies. So for example, lecture preparation, maybe personal organization. I would like to organize my own work. Whiteboard, to replace the whiteboard and writing things to my students, maybe presenting the lecture, distributing homeworks, and collecting grades and grading homeworks as well. So if you are interested in any or all of them, just please start voting on this. I'll come back to it, and I'll proceed based on what are the audience needs. So we'll start with OneNote. OneNote is this basic program that every PC has it already installed. So you don't have to install OneNote. If you go to Start, you will find OneNote, if not two versions. One is the app and one is the desktop application, this one. So if you have like OneNote, then there's a number 2017 or 2016 or Windows 10, then this is the application, and the other one is the app. The app is very useful for like tablet PCs. If you don't have a mouse and a keyboard, it's super easy, and everything is it's redesigned to match the finger pan and swap and like it's more interactive. So it's different from this. This is the desktop application. Okay, I'm going to open up now the other one, and this is the same. I will show you the same page. So this is an example of digital logic course that I taught. I'm going to go to the homework number 1, and this is homework number 1. In the workshop, I'm going to show you how to print our homeworks inside the OneNote. So this is the desktop version, and this is, see, I'm going to click on the browser now, and this is the web application or the tablet version. You can notice the tablet version, the tabs, like I have homeworks, these are sub-tabs. All these belongs to homeworks, and there's a big tab here. So it's more like I only need my fingers to click on maybe attendance, and it will open up the sub-tabs of attendance, and it's more organized to use your fingers. It's user friendly with fingers rather than mouse and other pointing devices. And when I click on yes,
if possible, you can increase the font because they're having problems seeing it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Display setting, let me say 200. Yeah, recommended. Now I'll use tab, alt tab, because I cannot see the icons below. So can you give me feedback on the text size? Should I increase more? This is 200%. Hopefully it's better now. And this is the desktop. So now I'm left with only 3 tabs because I increased the font size, but nevertheless I can always extend. See these 2 arrows, 2-headed arrows. If you need more space in your OneNote, especially you need this when you're working on your Microsoft Teams. I'm going to show you how to embed it inside Microsoft Teams. You just click on this one, then you have a really huge space to read your documents. Okay, and you can always click on this one again and have everything back again here. So this is homework 1, homework 2, homework 3, and all the way. Okay, and these are the other sections. Since we don't have space at the top, so it's given here. So for example, this is number system. So see, I organize my lectures. Like you can have a YouTube video. If I click on this one, it will run actual video. So you can collect videos from the net or generate your own videos and maybe plug them here. It's really super easy to put videos. Just grab the link of the video, post it here, and it will automatically. There's no programming, no HTML coding or nothing. It's super easy and simple. So now it's running, but the voice is muted, so that doesn't interfere with my lecture. You can see my handwriting here. student can always extend it and see the full video. And then I put like a simple pop question here after the video is fully finished. So it's like a short video, 10 minutes. Then the student has to answer this question and write it down here. So the student should answer in this location, and then see the next video, and then there's some other questions and so on. So it's really nice way to have students engage with their notebook. It's like an interactive notebook. So I'm not gonna go further here, but to show you what things we can do. Once I have you registered and see what. Let me check here. I think it's hard to swap now. 1 second. Let me stop this one for the bandwidth. And I'm going back here. Let's see how many participated. Okay, we have okay, mashallah, still counting. So lectures 21%, whiteboard 25%, and okay, maybe a little bit. Only 15% distributing homeworks, like I've just done, and collecting. Collecting and grading homeworks. So how to actually. So I'm gonna concentrate more on the 25%. Yeah, lecture preparation and whiteboard. Okay. Fine. Now let me switch back here. Now I'm gonna start a new. Everybody can start a new notebook. Okay. First thing is just give a notebook a name. So it will be my, for example, robotics 455, and I'm gonna create a notebook. Okay. Now you can invite people to share this notebook, or just keep it for now. You can always add them later. So just click not now. Okay, again, I'm gonna go file, new, and just write down here the notebook name. Make sure if this is if you would like to use this notebook at the university server, make sure you select the site that relates to Kuwait University. Okay, but for this example, I'm putting it on my own local PC. But if you open it up from Teams, if you open up Teams, then it will be automatically set up for you from here. Okay, and all the students will automatically have their own tab, and you don't have to invite them and do anything else. Okay, so these are two ways to open up a new notebook. Now I started a new notebook, and you might notice that the notebook name has been published at the top, or if you are using the web version, so it will be on this side, on the left hand side. I click on the three buttons, and it should propagate sometime now. Maybe if I refresh the screen, actually the screen is so huge for me to let me check the bottom. So it should. If you don't find it, you can always ask for a new laptop. Let me concentrate on one of them so that we proceed. I find the desktop super simple, and it's because usually I use mouse to navigate more than pen, so I use this one. When you click on the name of your notebook, you can switch at any time and go to other notebooks. Now you can start a page or a section here. Now each section, imagine a section like it's a chapter 1, chapter 2, and these are topics here. Okay, pages can be topics, and these can be chapters. Okay, so the first section you can always rename it. Section 1, I rename it, say, maybe I call it introduction. So my student will have this as their landing page, and then here I give them like a welcome page, robotics. And then it's a good idea to write maybe a textbook. If you have this information ready, you can just copy and paste. You can. It's a good idea to have a syllabus here, and maybe a grading policy, and so on. So these are different sections. All these are in the welcome tab. All these pages are in the welcome tab. Okay. Now I'm going to start chapter 1 here. I'm going to start chapter 1. So I'm going to say chapter 1. Maybe here I'm going to say kind of robots. And then if I have slide notes, let me show you how to insert. You just click on insert, and then you can have, this is file printout. This is the most useful and most used button in the whole application. If you remember when I showed you the homeworks that has been posted, I use it with this one here. So let me check if I have any PowerPoint, quick access, PPT, X. Yeah, this one. So I'm going to insert this one here. Now it will automatically put my full PowerPoint presentation of chapter 1 into this first page. Okay, so it's gonna compile some. It's gonna do its work here, and once it's done, maybe till it's done. Dr. Muhammad, can you read some of the questions, or can you follow up if everybody is on the same page?
I'm checking everything. So the question were, some of the question were, يعني الأسئلة, yes. They were, for example, is OneNote is a replacement of Microsoft Teams, or is OneNote is a replacement for Microsoft Word, or what is the difference between them? So only related to this. It's not something in particular to what you're explaining. It's the use of one.
Yes, I get it. Okay, now what we're explaining here, this is not replacement of Microsoft Teams. Okay, Microsoft Teams is a communication software. Basically connects students with their professor during lecture time. You can broadcast as we're using it now. Okay, and the LMS is a different story. LMS like Moodle, Blackboard, you can post homeworks and great things. Now, OneNote is something in between. It's like a hybrid application. It's like an octopus. It has bits and bits of everything. So it's not a replacement. So see, I clicked on this button here to extend it, and in the lecture I'm going to open it down here, and these are my notes. These are my PowerPoint presentation. So I'm gonna open this during my live session with my students, and then I have all the features that I can write on my pointing pen. I can explain things here. You can have, like, for example, you can draw, annotate, write, text, anything. Even you can record. Okay, this is drawing.
One comment that you are going a little bit too fast. If you could slow down a little bit.
I'm yes. Okay. So let me erase what I annotated here. Yeah, I can hold the pen, or maybe have and then I'm going through my PowerPoint presentation, and maybe I would like to drive my student attention to maybe certain things. I can maybe highlight it using draw, and maybe highlight in the yellow. Okay, I'm going to highlight this one. It's really important, for example. So if I need to use any of the tools without minimizing like this, so this is maximizing, this is minimizing. When I click on the double arrow, as we've seen, you keep maximized, and then just click on the 3 dots on the top. Okay, it will quickly bring your tools again, and I can maybe replace the pen with something else. Okay. Okay, so these are all the things that I can annotate with. I can type things. I can you can draw equations, and it will complete it for you. It has many features. Some of which Dr. Mohammed maybe explained in when you're writing with the white Microsoft whiteboard here. So these are my actual PowerPoint slides. Please notice I didn't open PowerPoint. Now I'm still inside OneNote, and the really cool feature here that it keeps the original here. Okay, so let me change my pointing device back to cursor. Now this is the original file. When I double click on the original file, it will open the original file in in PowerPoint itself. Okay, and nothing has been changed. It's not even touched. Okay, this is the beauty about it. So you can always scribble and maybe corrupt everything here, and maybe delete some of the notes, and then for the next semester, all you have to do is right click on this one and generate another printout, refresh printout. So it will refresh the printout, and you have new notes for next semester. Okay, so it's generating it again. Maybe this time it's much faster because it has it's in the cache. Yeah, see. So it's super handy. See, there's no annotation, nothing. It's clean. It's really clean. So it keeps the original. Now again, how did I add this? Now this is still chapter 1, huh? This is the first topic in chapter 1. I can add another topic. I can click here and say, for example, maybe I said kind of robots. Now I can say, for example, type. Okay, no, humanoid. So again, I'm going to insert. Now this is the most important button, file printout. I really like it. You can add also spreadsheets, tables, everything. But I really like this one. This time I'm going to use like let me check if I have. Okay. Where should I go here? Quick access. Okay, I have a PDF file this time. This is a paper. So it's open Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Acrobat Reader, and then it's printed out here, and the original is here. This is the original, and this is the paper. Okay, it's really very useful. So if I have like graduate students, I would like to give them this paper. And the beauty about it, you can always add another document underneath this one. So it's not locked down to one document. So I can click here and keep inserting other documents. So there's no limitation to the length of this document. I can always zoom out and see the whole thing. Zoom out like this. So these are the full pages. Or can zoom in. Okay, with your fingers, pan in and out, or maybe with the mouse, with the scroll tab. So it's really very simple, very easy. So this is how I start building my notes. If you'd like to have like here your whiteboard. Okay, sorry.
Dr. Abdullah, best a couple of questions, and they are within the
Okay,
what you're doing right now. There was one of them, as they said, is that, for example, if somebody has written annotated something on the PowerPoint using OneNote, is it going to be saved or not? I guess they're talking about the two cases where you can click on the actual PowerPoint, and if you have an annotation. And the other thing is, what is the advantage of OneNote over the whiteboard application?
Okay, let me start with the first question first. Now this is syllabus. No, chapter 1, kind of robots. Once I change anything here or in a Word document, it will be changed in OneNote. So let me change here and say this is Muhammad Ferikawi. So I'm gonna just close it, save it. Now, once I refresh the printout, it will be changed. So anything I drop here, actually you can either insert it from here or drag and drop. Okay. So now it's your file now, Dr. Muhammad. Okay. If I open it, it has been changed, but the file on my file folder, File Explorer here, this is the original. I took it from here. Huh? When I double click, it's not changed. So whatever is in OneNote, you change it inside OneNote, it's changed inside. Okay. So it takes a copy of whatever is in your so this is the beauty about it. I can take my OneNote and take it to another PC, and everything there is, see? So it consolidates everything into one note. So this is why they call it OneNote. So instead of having like one file here and one file there and one Word document here scattered in my file folder, and then so everything, put it in one place, and this is the original now. Now this is the latest version, the one inside OneNote. Now a question can, I really like this question. Thank you, by the way. The question can, one might ask, okay, what if I would like to print out this one? I would like to send this one without sending everything else to my colleague. Okay. So there are more than one way to share things. Okay, you can either right click and export it, double click and save as, or you can export this tab itself. So it's really very flexible in exporting things. You can export the page itself, the section, or the whole full notebook. So there are many different selection types. So don't be like don't say if things goes in OneNote I can't take it out. Actually, you can take it in many different ways, and even the printout is really let me show you here. It can take it in PDF, like the page itself. I'm going to take it in PDF format. Now see what happens here. I have exported PowerPoint into and maybe I wrote some notes on it, and then export this page as a PDF. Now it generated a PDF version of my PowerPoint as an output. I can share it with anybody else. Let me show you just how it produces. Okay. I think I have to open the Adobe application to check on it, because everything here is so huge I cannot. Let me check it from. Did I close?
Dictor, while you are searching for the file, there is also a couple of questions also asking about if you did the OneNote and you annotated a PDF, a Word document or a PDF or whatever, where is it going to be stored? Is it going to be stored in OneDrive or where exactly? Is it going to be stored in OneNote itself or something else?
Inshallah, I'll answer this after I answer the whiteboard difference. Okay, because this question was asked before. Now, just let me. Yeah, I think it's here. Yeah, File Explorer. Fine. Now it should be in this one kind of robots. I really apologize because everything is so huge on my side here. So see, this is a PDF version of my PowerPoint, and it has the annotation now. See, it has the annotations, and this is a PowerPoint, a refreshed PowerPoint version. Sorry, a PDF version of my PowerPoint. So this is how flexible it is, easy, and really useful tool. Now to come back to this to the whiteboard. Whiteboard, you can write and explain anything. It's like a whiteboard. You can write equations and maybe share it with your students, and then that's it. You cannot categorize it. You cannot you don't have all the flexibility that you have in OneNote. Okay, so if for example, it's like pulling out a sheet of paper and writing something, scribble it, and throwing it away. If you don't care about filing it, it makes maybe it's like a review, or maybe trying to explain something to your students, and you don't care about keeping that piece of information. Then this is most probably the best way to do it here. Okay. And I'm sure you can even export this one to OneNote. Actually, OneNote, it's like an octopus. It will take from every single application, even from an email, you can export to OneNote. Everything. I'm sure this one you can even export to OneNote. Yeah, even you can print to OneNote. So if you have a printer, one of the things that OneNote is one of the print devices, so it's you're always covered if you're using OneNote. Let me switch back to OneNote. Now, the last question that you asked her is where will it be saved? Actually, if you save it on a local machine, then you own it. It's on your local machine. And if you save it on the university cloud, there will be 2 copies. Okay, and this is the beauty about OneNote. One copy will be on the cloud, so if you open it from a web browser, you'll find it, and another copy will be on your machine. Okay, so these are, for example, fine. So this is one of the classes I've given to Sharia, and these are the students' names, and these are their homeworks, and this is how I grade the homework. And this is their file. They uploaded the file here. I read it, and then I just give them the grade and put my comments. And these are I sometimes I give even اختبارات, tests on one. So you can do many things here. You can really do it's super powerful, but I'm not going to concentrate on these tools here since the majority of audience would like to use it in lectures. Let me go back to robotics. Yeah. So in chapter 1, you can always keep your adding new pages for your whiteboard. Let me tell you something that it's bothered me a lot. See, when I opened a new page, now it is on the right hand side. Sometimes when a system is smart enough to know that you're on the Arabic text, it will have it on the right hand side. Okay, so I wasn't planning to do this, so I'm gonna change my language to English and then open a new page. Now it's on this side. Okay, I tried to reverse it to the other side using Control right Shift everything. It's in the older version I could do it, but now something has been changed, maybe too, for compatibility with web. Anyway, so now whiteboard, maybe WB1. So here I can extend this one. Now I have a full whiteboard for WB1. So this is whiteboard, and I can use the same tools for drawing. I can write down whatever I'd like to do. My handwriting is bad with the mouse, sorry. But and then the good thing is it's saved. It's always saved here. So this is, you can maybe write down the lecture day or whatever. So students can always go back here. And if this space is finished, you can always scroll down with your finger and have extra space, or have, for example, you can have also spacing here, insert spacing. You can add space, remove space, so you can always use and utilize other spaces all the way. See, you can always go down and add spacing. And let me show you. If I would like to write between these this equation and number 1 here, you can always draw and add spacing here. See, I can add all this space. Now I can write down something new here. Okay. So there are many tools. I don't want to take your time, but keep practicing these things. There are many tools here you can use. I really like when you click on insert, you can record audio, record even your video. You can do an interactive class here, or you can just keep it with the audio recording. So now it's recording anything I say, anything I write. So 1 + 2 is equals to 3, for example. Now once I'm done recording, you can click on insert this recording. It will show. You can click on recording here and click pause if you have some other thing to say with students. Maybe he asked a silly question and you don't want the answer to be recorded. You just pause it and then resume recording, or you can just stop the recording. And now once you're done, you can play back, and it will. Okay, let me show you something here. Yeah, if I play back from here, it will regenerate my recording. Okay, I think the sound is not activated, but you can try it yourself. But the beauty thing is when I click on number 3, it will synchronize the voice with what I was saying when I wrote number 3, for example. Okay, so it has a really good way of synchronizing. So if you are writing like an equation, and for some reason I couldn't understand why you wrote maybe greater than or less than, then I can just click on that stroke, and it will bring me right to the point when you explained it in the recording. So these are some extra features. I mean, maybe most of you won't be even using it. So we have like 20 minutes left. If I think I covered everything I was planning in this introductory session. Now I'm open up to case studies. If you'd like me to show you some implementations, or Dr. Mohammed.
Actually, we have a couple of questions. One of the questions, it seems to be a little bit of confusion on how the notebooks are organized, especially in the application. Basically, how you can go from one notebook to the other, and maybe from one page to the other, and the web interface, because a lot of them seems to be they're using the web version and not the application. So there is a little bit of confusion. If you can go over that just a little bit.
Sure. I will switch to web application. Okay. Now let me see here. Notebooks. Okay, show all. I can hide all, so it will pop and hide on since I don't have much space. So what I've done here is I click on the this button here, and I can either fix it for show all, or show section and pages, or show only pages. Okay, so it can go like this. This is homework 1, homework 2. So I have full control from these 3 lines here. Okay, I click on this one and then click on the. I really like hide all, so it's more interactive. It goes on and off, and these are the different notebooks. They automatically come into my notice here. So let me, for example, go to the. Yeah, I think all these are notebooks that are on the cloud. If I need to add more, I have to. Okay. If you didn't notice what I've done, I'm gonna repeat it again. All these are on the cloud. If you open your notebook on the cloud, it will remain on the cloud unless you ask it to download on your local PC, because you have an option to download some or all of your notebooks. So if you would like to see all your notebooks, this is your name here on the top. This is a web browser, same as you have. You can click on the current notebook that you created, and it will take you back to all the notebooks on the cloud, and then you can even go back up in the cloud. And usually these are other notebooks. So CPE department, class notebooks, C++, or you can add a new notebook. So from here, you can add a new notebook from OneDrive. You can click adding a notebook, call it Rob, maybe.
Dr. Abdullah? And also, while you're doing this, they also would like to know what are the permission for students whenever you use it for a classroom, and how what kind of interface they will have, and if they have anything different, between your interface as an instructor or as a student as well.
Okay. Now I repeated the robots notebook with a new one. Now I called it new notes, and this is my new notes. Now, this is my personal notes, so nobody can have access to it. It's in the SharePoint. Only I can see it. My student cannot see it. I have to invite people to see it. So everything I write here, I own it. I see it alone. Okay. I didn't go through the other the sharing and collaborating because from the votes, only few have voted at the beginning on like grading homeworks and sharing with students. But I can explain it very briefly now, and maybe in the advanced OneNote later on, if we have many registered participants, we can dedicate one for that part, inshallah. So to answer the question very briefly, let me open an actual shared OneNote. I think if I go, I think here, if I click on this one here, I have a shared OneNote. Class notebook. All shared notebooks are always located here. Okay, this is done by the system itself. So all these notebooks has students inside. Okay, notebooks that are outside this folder, for example, these are my personal notebooks. Okay, so I'm gonna click on class notebooks, and then I'm gonna click on Maharat Hasib Ali. Let me go to digital since it's in English. Okay, digital logic for 2019. And this is the welcome page. As I told you, I welcome my students in the first one, and then explain how the exams policy, the quiz policy. So this is I'm gonna chapter 1, midterm, whatever is gonna what is the quiz results, and so these are the things that every student can see. Now, what students cannot access is their peer notebooks. Now, you might notice that here, whenever you have the less percent, or should it say the greater than? Okay, this means it's the system tab. Okay, now if, for example, Aisha, if I click on her name, now she has her own class notes, her own homework, her own quizzes, her own grades. And if there's any announcements, motivation queue, and all these are generated tabs. Nobody can access this but herself and the instructor. Okay, so if I click on class notes, homeworks, so she, for example, she used lesson 1 that has been, if you remember, I had like a video with some questions, and then there are some answers. So they don't answer on my where is it? Chapter 1. So imagine this as the teacher notebook. مثل دفتر تحضير, huh? The preparation teacher notebook. So whenever you prepare your notes and then distribute the note to the students, so they don't write their answer on my notes. They write it on their notes. And when I grade their notes. So I'm going to grade this her student's homework. But when I distribute. This is this is the master copy. Okay, if I would like to propagate this to all students, I'm ready now. I just click on this one, and maybe this is a bit advanced, okay, for this workshop. So I'm really sorry to go deep into this, but briefly, there's a certain way to organize the full thing. So, Dr. Muhammad, if there's any question related to today's lecture, I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, these advanced questions, it's gonna get you confused unless I explain it in details.
Okay, Doctor. For example, there is one question: if it's possible to go starting from for example, the Microsoft Team website, how they can locate the note, and how, for example, if you could use the new OneNote group and start from the team and go from there on how to show how I can create a new note, and from there. You get my, okay, so start from there, and the other question, if that's possible, is it possible to know to some kind of do attendance, maybe a question yes or no, and then maybe if that's for the advanced section.
Yes, you can do attendance. Actually, actually, if you are on Teams, attendance is already taken care of. All you have to do is export and put it in OneNote. Okay, now I'm in Teams. Now this is a web browser. Okay, this is totally web browser. Now I'm gonna go to where is it? This OneNote workshop. I click on OneNote. Did I click on it? Okay, I'm gonna click again. OneNote workshop, and then I'm gonna click on the plus sign here. This is Teams. Okay. I click on this tab, and then I'm gonna click on OneNote, and then now here it will create a OneNote as a class. Okay, so it will assume all the participants are students, so everybody here will get his own tab. Okay, now so you are pulling me into the advanced session. No problem. So I can either replicate any of my already created OneNote. So this is the beauty about it. I can create it on a desktop application and reuse it here. So I'm going to use the new one that I just created just now. So I'm going to click on this one. Say, what does it say here? Turn desktop notification, dismiss. Okay. And then I'm going to click yes. And now I have OneNote. See, exactly the same way I had it there. So it has section, pages. I can add a new page, a new section, and it will take a bit time to actually, I don't like to work inside OneNote within Teams. So I'll give you a hint. Whenever you open OneNote here, just click on open in browser. See this one? Open in browser. You can just click on this one, open in browser or in the app, whatever you prefer, and just once you click, it will open up as a browser, and now you have the full screen. You have all the tools are really yeah, you can enjoy the space. Okay, so this is in a nutshell how to do everything in 3 single steps. Okay, Muhammad, is there any other questions?
Actually, a lot of them, they were asking about grading individual student work and how they can submit it if they're going to be using OneNote, for example, to show the lectures and maybe assign homeworks.
Okay, this is maybe we can postpone this to the advanced session. Actually, if you ask me this from the beginning, I could tailor it to you. But I think it was the survey was the other way around. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so maybe in the advanced session we can show you how to do the grading. I'm not promoting OneNote to maybe replace OCS or Blackboard because not every it has a different taste. People, maybe instructor who like to use the pen a lot, maybe using notes, maybe they're comfortable with it. So I recommend you, if this is the first semester to use OneNote, don't start with OneNote. So it's always, I don't recommend starting with a new, many new variables. So the whole experience is new. Having live sessions with our students for many of us is something new. So don't add some extra level of complexity and use OneNote now, start by using it for your own maybe noting. So it's really a very useful and helpful tool. You can collect everything. Let me show you something here. It's really super fantastic. When I click insert, for example, you can screen clip anything from the website, anything you saw, you like it. So I like this image, for example. I just drag it like this. It's here. See, it's simple, very simple. You can draw on top of it. You can write. So there are many things that you can use OneNote for your own personal organization. But since many of you are using it for education, I recommend you to start using it for your own personal arrangement, because there's a mobile application. You can always have organized maybe things you'd like to do, and maybe things you'd like to okay, let me show you some useful application in the last 3 minutes. For example, where is, okay, my note. No, not this one. Maybe not this one. Research. Yeah, maybe some lectures. I think I can prepare some other time. C++. Okay, so the OneNote is a really useful tool, but I wouldn't recommend it as a first time user. That maybe if you are used to it, like Mohammed Felichawi, I can see you doing notes in your committee meetings, and so yes, you can go to the advanced session now. And but for a first-time user, I prefer that you practice it on collecting your own notes, organizing things, and then take it to the next level. This is my personal recommendation.
Well, Dr. Abdullah, there were one question. Is there any difference between the mobile application OneNote and the desktop and the web version? Are there any limitation between the different versions?
Okay, the mobile application is exactly similar to the web application. So it's based on using your fingers. So for example, when it's really, I see it handy when I have like students having presentation in front of me. So some of the annotation that were here, it has been done from my mobile phone itself. Some of these annotation has been done on my mobile, like these. From my mobile, so it's really handy. You can take your notes whenever you want and just start grading them, and students will interact at the moment. So I really like it. For the desktop application, it's more like it's more like old school, like you're using mouse and you cut and paste things from the web, and it's more like desktop application. But in terms of limitation, both can do almost the same things. I think some of very minor features that are missing from the web application. I think the video recording, it's not there, because it uses some of the DLL of your webcam and something like this. I think it's missing there. I'm not sure. I have to review. But since I'm not using it, so I pretty much do anything on both applications. I didn't feel any limitation, to be honest.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Abdullah. I just wanted to mention something for those people who attended this. Actually, I just posted a link to a short survey. So this survey will get some feedback. Now, for those questions, as we have not answered some of the questions that was raised by the attendees, we would like you to mention those in the last question in the survey. So when we prepare the next session for the advanced OneNote, we can address them in that advanced session. But I think as a first step, you need to get your hands dirty and try to do some of these stuff, in OneNote. For example, try to do it in a meeting where you use OneNote, for example, to do the minutes or to share, thoughts, whether handwritten or typed. And there are many different features, but I think you need to start a little bit slow. And then once you get a little practice with OneNote, maybe then you can go and look into using it in a classroom, because there is a lot of features related to classroom. For example, the student notebooks, the collaboration stuff, and many different features. So it's good to start a little bit, taking baby steps into your adventure into OneNote. Dr. Abdullah, do you have any other thoughts about OneNote or closing remarks?
I really would like to thank everybody who joined the team, and I can keep this team running in case anybody has any questions. We can communicate through this team for till the advanced session is done. Then we can close this team. And there's a survey, Doctor, as you mentioned it in the...
Yes, the survey is already posted on the Q&A session. So please, that survey, it asks you about, today's sessions, as well as what you would like to see in the, for example, the last question asks you if you are familiar with any of the features in OneNote. And if you're not familiar with it, or at least, how can I use OneNote to do something, specific? You can write that over there in the survey.
Yeah, and I think many of the questions has been asked today is covered in the OneNote Advanced, managing sections, publishing and distributing instructor notes to students, and yeah. So I think if we have we can manage to have this in 1 or 2 weeks, but the audience should practice, because I'd like them to use a workshop as we can have interactive workshop next time, having you as student and I'm as a lecturer, and we can distribute things on the spot. We can have all together the same team and working together. So next time, if you weren't prepared this time, next time bring your pen, have your laptop or tablet, and we can do more practice in the next session, inshallah. And
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah, and thank you all for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this session, and inshallah we'll see you in an upcoming session soon. Thank you very much, and don't forget to take the survey, please. Thank you.